Hello, everyone. It is time for another episode of Lorne. We are continuing to read the Prison Journal, Part 2. We read Part 1 on Sunday last week. We, of course, will have a very talented ex-Derek and Miss Summa Cum Loudmouth here on our program tonight. If you are unfamiliar with Lorne, I highly suggest you check out the description of this video. There is the full pornography playlist of all 32 nights in chronological order. We're going to get up through about halfway through it, I think, on this one, because there's several time jumps. And so on the next episode, hopefully we get through the end of part 1 in this book. And then we're going to look at the legal paperwork, all his appeals and everything on the next one, which is pretty ridiculous. But without saying anything more, let's go ahead and start the show. Let me just click this. And then we're going to go with Bromiga's intro first. All right, let's bring everyone up here. How are you doing, Summa? How are you doing, ex-Derek?
Excellent.
Do me a favor. Kiss your finger.
So I was on Summa's show last night, and I was sending her super chats, but I noticed Summa never puts them on screen.
Yes, well, I can't. I don't have a setup like you do. I have.
You were in StreamYard, weren't you?
No.
Or you were just in YouTube.
No, I was just in OBS, which is like a platform.
Oh, okay. You were using OBS.
So I'm learning all kinds of things that I shouldn't have to learn, but that's how it goes. That's why I don't. But it's funny you say that, because just today I figured out how to download an extension or whatever they call it so that I can do that. Not just with all of the money you send me, but with, chats and stuff like that. Because it makes, obviously, it's like you can't really have a successful live without that, because people are like, what are you talking about? Like, Well,
StreamYard for the first time did something new. They made it so you can change the size of the letter so I can actually read this thing during the show. But, yeah. So, I'm trying to pull up the stream here so I can see it. There we go. All right. So if we remember last time, we had a lot of talk about gay stuff.
Yeah, that's majority of this, the beginning of this. So
we're going to continue now with Jailed, The Time, The Truth, and The Corruption. I don't think we've gotten anything other than just time in this so far, because there's very little truth. But this is day 252. So this is 4 days before he's going to be sentenced. And the other thing I want to say, because this is why we have to go through the paperwork, or we should have maybe gone through it first. He has already signed a plea deal, right, at this point, with an agreed upon sentence. So every time he's talking about, I hope I get less time, it's already agreed he's going to get 60 months. Like, it's in writing. He has signed it. He changed his plea to guilty. All they're waiting for is the actual hearing where the judge makes it official, right? And so it's ridiculous how much he keeps going back to, should be less time. And then he appeals it for years after that. Okay, go ahead, ex-Derek, and then let me know if you want me to read at any point.
All right.
Yeah.
June 26, 2008, day 252. I have no idea what time it is right now. Well, I'll have to wait for the guard to come around to find out. It took me a while to wake up after lockdown, so that's why I don't know what time it is. Normally, I get read up and make my coffee right after he closes the door. For some reason, I was really tired tonight and didn't get read up after the lockdown. Not much of anything special happened yesterday. I was going to go right back to bed after we ate breakfast, But I was too much awake by that time, so I stayed up. I shaved off my goatee and mustache this morning also. I have my final sentencing on Monday, so I wanted to have a clean face for it. Impressions are everything, and in this case, it could mean an additional 14 months of my life being incarcerated if the judge sticks with the agreed amount of the plea agreement instead of giving me the lowest amount possible.
All right, pause there.
Yeah.
This is so stupid, Lorne.
Why would the judge do that?
Of the plea agreement instead of giving me the lowest amount possible, which was not agreed upon.
Also, he's living the exact same life he was living before, except for maybe a little better.
I have
when
the
he was free.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. He's living better.
That's
he's
what I'm
actually
saying.
eating
This is
meals.
a little better, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's got company.
Yeah.
And his dog is, I'm sure, a lot happier.
I actually have the letter from his lawyer prior to the pre-agreement. Should we read that real quick? It's not very long.
Yeah.
We explaining the plea agreement? Okay, I'm going to pull that up here.
Let me see if I've ever seen this. I may never have seen this.
I gotta open it. Where is Lorne court documents? Right next to cockpits. Okay. Let's see. Exhibit news articles, hotel complaint, and transcripts in the chat. Exhibit for the agreement. Is this it? No, that's not it. What is this? Okay, I'll just let you keep reading while I look for it here.
All right, I'll keep going in the meantime.
Yeah.
Which giving me the lowest possible amount would be the smartest thing to do, considering I'm not and never was a threat to society. I'm doing time because the authorities talked me into doing a crime. And actually, I have to write a letter to the judge to read in my defense on Monday so that I can try to get a lower sentence. So, I'm going to do that. Then I will come back and write some more when I'm through. Okay, I'm back now. It's a letter. It's a journal, Lorne. You don't have to say.
Yeah, I don't. Even when he says like, I don't have much to say. Then why are you writing?
Then don't write.
You don't write that. You
right.
don't write
Nobody
that.
writes that except maybe. No, you know who would write that?
Lorne.
Or like a early middle school kid.
Right, like writing in his diary or her diary. Like,
yeah. Okay. Oh, you found it?
No. Well, yeah, I've got it here. But I was saying it's like that annoying paper that the kid writes in American History X. He writes like that as well. Like, oh, it's almost morning, so I guess I should do like. Why are you putting this in your paper?
Yeah, nobody needs to know this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not supposed to be a journal. Let's not forget, right?
Yeah,
this is a hard-hitting expose.
Right, this is the book that's going to bring the whole American legal system down to its knees. So we don't need to know that you can't think of anything to write, you moron.
All right. Let me see if I can zoom this in here. So this was sent to. This is from his public defender, sent on March 20th, 2008. So this would have been 3 months earlier.
Kentucky Street. It's like Yemen Street, Yemen. You know, like really?
Dear Mr. Armstrong, we have received and sent to you for your consideration a plea agreement offer from the United States, which would result in a 60-month sentence, higher than the 46-month sentence the advisory guidelines would normally recommend in your case. You are currently charged with a single count of traveling in interstate commerce for the purpose of engaging in sexual conduct with a minor in violation of 18 USC 2423. The prosecutor is threatening to add an additional charge of attempted production of child pornography if you do not accept this plea agreement. He also indicates that failure to accept the plea agreement will result in any sentence in the state courts running consecutively with your federal sentence.
Delicious.
Yeah. The apparent reason for this hardened attitude on the part of the government is the digital camera found in your possession at the time of your arrest. The government alleges that the camera was brought by you to Bowling Green for the purpose of taking pornographic photos of what you thought would be a 13-year-old girl. Attempted production of child pornography is a violation of 18 U.S.C. 2251 and carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years imprisonment without parole. Needless to say, if the government supersedes the indictment and convinces a jury that this was your intention, your sentence would be significantly higher than the offered months. And we know how it would be proved.
I wish I had a naked picture of you. Would you take one for me?
No!
Can I take one of my penis in your vagina?
Case closed. The jury's out for about 5 minutes.
The state rests.
The state, well, yeah, it's not the state. It's the government. Because this is his government conviction from the federal government. He also has his Kentucky case going on.
The prosecution rests.
I don't know.
The state rest. I mean, I don't know.
It's not the. I think they say the government.
Oh, the government. All right.
I don't know.
Rests.
Somebody, Robin might know. Robin, is that what they say? Did they say the or did they say the people? Maybe they say the people. I don't know. Under the existing single count indictment, the base offense level for traveling in interstate commerce for the purpose of engaging in sexual contact with a minor is 24. To this would most likely be added 2 additional levels since a computer was used, for a total advisory offense level of 26. They might say the United States. Yeah. If the prosecutor superseded the indictment to add a count of attempted production of child pornography and you were convicted, the base offense level would be 32. To this would most likely be added 2 levels because the intended victim was under 16 and 2 levels for use of a computer to solicit participation of a minor in sexually explicit conduct for a total advisory offense level of 36. That doesn't sound good. We have calculated your criminal history as 1, an offense level of 26, and a criminal. I don't know. Is there a 0? Because he has a DUI, right?
So there must be a 0 because he does have something. He should have a lot more than a 1.
He should have a lot more. We have calculated your criminal history category as 1, an offense level of 26, and a criminal history category of 1 results in an advisory sentencing range of 63 to 78 months imprisonment. An offense level of 36 in a criminal history category of 1 results in an advisory sentencing range of 188 to 235 months imprisonment. So that's almost 20 years, right?
Beautiful.
5 months short of 20 years.
Yep.
If you go to trial, I mean, the lawyer lays this out as simply as he can to this moron, right?
Pussy Destroyer says Miss Vagina versus Lorne Armstrong.
Yeah.
Now, what's funny is in all the case headings, they usually put his screen name up in there. They say Lorne Armstrong, a.k.a. Lorne _ A20014.
Yeah. It could be worse. There was that guy, Bald Beaver Hunter, whatever.
Bald Beaver Hunter.
Yeah, that.
There was also Can I Rape You Anally?
Right.
Midnight Munkler, you might be right. It might be the state. I don't know. I just when I heard it, it just sounded off for me for some reason.
Also, why does it have to be rape? He couldn't sugarcoat that a little bit?
What? Oh,
Can I Rape You Anally? She's talking about.
Well, he's like Lorne. He wants to be specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why, Why
beat around the bush?
Brian is right.
So to speak.
20 years for Lorne. How long for Mr. Penis? Oh, he gets the chair. Look at him. He can't even hire a lawyer. He's like, oh.
Look at him.
It'd be
So
a chair
sad.
you use for like a scoliosis patient or something.
It's a wheelchair.
If you go to trial, the government will supersede the indictment to add the attempted production count. If you were acquitted of both charges, that is the end of the case. The charges against you will be dismissed with prejudice, and you will be free. I don't know that they'd be dismissed with prejudice if he's acquitted, right? He's found not guilty. Whatever.
Well, then he would be innocent.
No, not innocent.
No.
He'd just be not guilty.
So with prejudice means they could still retry him, I think, right? Or
prejudice is you can't retry him.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Oh,
that would be double jeopardy. I don't know. Do they dismiss the case at the end? Jonathan's here. Robin's here. We need lawyers.
Yeah, we need some people with some authority here.
Do they technically dismiss the case at the end when you're found not guilty?
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Not guilty is a dismissal with prejudice.
Okay, so it's an action. So they actually put it in the filing, dismissed with prejudice. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I always thought it would just be like, well, he's found not guilty. Okay, got it. If you go to trial and are acquitted of the attempted production count and convicted of the travel count only, your advisory sentence will be 63 to 78 months, higher than the offer, right? If you are convicted of both counts, your advisory guideline sentence will be 188 to 235 months imprisonment. Of course, as previously explained, the guidelines are only advisory. Both you and the prosecutor would be free to argue for any sentence that you or he deemed reasonable under the applicable sentencing statutes. However, we think it is likely that Judge McKinley would sentence within the advisory guideline range. You or the government would be able to appeal any sentence imposed to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. Also, you would have the right to appeal the resulting judgment to determine if any errors were made in trial or to file a writ of habeas corpus if there were any errors that could not be presented on appeal, such as ineffective assistance of counsel. And I wanted to read this section here because what is this section titled? If you go to trial, right? If you go to trial, then you can appeal to the Sixth Court. You can also appeal the sentencing or the judgment. You can say ineffective assistance of counsel, et cetera, right? But he's going to plea, and he's going to deal all this shit up here. He's going to say, "Oh, I didn't have it explained to me."
Well, it's explained right there.
Well, see how it says Exhibit A as well? This is his evidence in his appeal of why it wasn't explained to him.
But it is explained. It was sent to him.
I know, but I'm saying this is his foundation for his appeal. He's such an idiot.
Oh,
Under the plea, if you accept the plea agreement, under the plea agreement, the government agrees that 3 levels should be subtracted for timely plea and acceptance of responsibility, which he never does. But
Also, I'm sure somebody probably also explained it to him on top of this.
Yeah, this was thoroughly explained to him. Including by the judge when he took the plea. The agreement requires that no further charges will be brought arising out of this matter, and that 60 months is the appropriate sentence. The agreement requires that you agree to waive your appeal and habeas corpus rights, which he does. He immediately keeps filing these, and agree not to seek a downward departure from your criminal history category or argue for any other sentence than that provided for in the agreement. I mean, it's very straightforward, Lorne. You can't argue for a lower sentence. You can't appeal.
Not to seek a downward departure from your criminal. Right. Yes. Yeah, it's pretty damn clear.
And then this last part, the plea agreement would be binding on the judge, meaning the judge has to accept that. The judge has to do what the plea agreement says. This means that if for any reason the judge does not accept the agreement, you can withdraw your plea of guilty. However, this judge rarely fails to accept a binding plea agreement of the parties. Under the plea agreement, your total offense level would probably be 23, and your criminal history category 1. This would normally result in an advisory sentence of 46 months in prison. but you would be agreeing to a 60-month sentence in exchange for no further charges being brought, and to make certain that any state time runs concurrently with your federal sentence. The prosecutor is giving us a deadline of March 26, 2008 to accept this offer, or it will be withdrawn. Please let John or me know how you would wish to proceed no later than March 25th. Please call if you have any questions. If you would like to discuss this in person, I will come to Bowling Green.
And this is his defender, or a federal defender, I should say.
Yep. So, I mean, it can't be more simple, Lorne.
No.
And then he went and he pled. He pled guilty. And I read the transcript. It's not that interesting because, I mean, his second time he goes to prison when he makes a statement is funnier. But he just says, "Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor," over and over. He doesn't, whatever letter he was talking about writing is not in the records. He doesn't appear to read anything because I guarantee you his lawyer was like, "Lorne, don't read anything. It's already said. It's not going to make any difference. This could cause the judge to reject this plea agreement."
Shut the hell up. I'm giving you gold here.
Yeah. And he doesn't understand as well, which they kind of try to explain to him later, when he keeps appealing. Okay, if you appeal and you get a new trial, that all that does is means like, okay, the plea agreement is gone. Now we can charge you with both things. Like it doesn't go away.
Man, I wish that was the case.
Well, we'll get into that on the next time when we read through it. It's pretty stupid. Okay, I don't remember where you finished off.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back now. A guard came through about 10 minutes ago and told me that it was 1 a.m., not as late as I thought it might be. I just finished writing a 2-page letter that I'm going to read to the judge at my final sentencing on Monday. Hopefully it will help to bring some things to light and help to keep my sentence as low as possible. My time is getting shorter and shorter here at this jail. Thank God. A person can only take so much ignorance, and heaven knows I've been around my share in this situation. At head count today, one of the guards that came in told Herman that he saw him on the news a couple days ago. I have a strong feeling that he's got quite the load of charges on him. After the guard told Herman he saw him on the news, all Herman could do was look down and keep quiet as his face turned a very bright shade of red. The man looked like he was going to cry.
All right, pause for a sec.
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it, Lorne? To be crying, crying on TV. Just
or in your mugshot, for that matter.
Yeah. Do I still? Yeah. Or in your mugshot. What an idiot. I mean, there's no reason to put this in here. This isn't interesting. We don't even know who Herman is, Lorne. So what is it?
Who cares? I mean, he just described every idiot who, and himself.
And he has the reddest cheeks. He has got those apple red or whatever you call them, apple cheeks, like the little giddy 6-year-old.
Yeah.
All right.
Big baby.
To my relief, Eric didn't come in my room again today. I should say to my relief and to my roommate's relief. We both can't stand him. I still heard him say some stupid things when he was in the day room and I was in my room, but that was to be expected because he only says ignorant things anyway.
What did he say?
He loves the word ignorant since he learned it 2 weeks ago.
I've got a good feeling that guy will never see the outside world again. But that's what happens when you believe in hating someone just because of the color of skin. I call it ignorance at its best. I cannot understand how someone could hate someone else for being born. I can understand hating someone if they intentionally did something to harm you or a loved one in some way.
He's
But
got to
not
throw
for being
intentionally in
born.
there. He's got to throw intentionally in there because his crime is unintentional, right?
That's just complete ignorance.
Again?
Yeah.
There's 3 ignorances in this paragraph.
Oh my God.
It's ignorant. Oh my God,
Exactly. That's what I think of every time.
Every time I think of Michael Jackson.
Ignorant.
That's
This is
so
Michael
ignorant.
Jackson's voice. Yes. Nobody has a choice about being born. So how can someone else justify the hatred for it? Eric is the kind of person you want to stay as far away from as possible because you're afraid of his stupidity could be contagious.
Guaranteed Eric is much smarter than Lorne.
Well, Eric's the white supremacist, right? That
I thought that was Aaron.
No, Eric
it
is.
Sounds like Eric.
Eric's the guy that has drawing for him too. Like, why is he engaging in his services if he hates Eric so much?
Well, because he doesn't. He's just he wants to. I feel like
ignorant.
He wants to feel good because he knows the word ignorant now, and he's against racists. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Well, he's enlightened. He's enlightened.
He feels
He's
he's enlightened, and now he
being.
feels better. Like that, he's better than everyone.
Well, sorry.
Brian Coburn says, "Did not see that coming."
Did not see that coming. He thinks he's the coolest thing since ice cream. And hardly anyone likes him in here now because of his idiocy.
Where does Lorne come up with these? Like, this is from only talking to his mom, basically, right? Or he does this a lot in the book. He brings up these phrases, these idioms, or these, I don't know if that's the right word for idioms.
Yeah. Tell me and we'll both know.
Coolest thing since ice cream? Yeah, Daddy-O. What year is it, Lorne?
He's a hep cat.
Hey, man. Doing the snap. Yeah.
I'm with the Jets.
Like it's West Side Story.
I think even Vern might be coming around to seeing how stupid Eric is. Isn't Vern black?
Yeah.
So wouldn't Vern know first and foremost?
Gentry's black.
And so is Vern, I thought.
And Vern's black? Okay. I thought Vern was...
Vern is black.
I don't think Vern's black.
Because if so, Vern would know firsthand that the Nazi doesn't like him.
Isn't Vern the 50-year-old? Vern was making out with Aaron. With the bag over his head, right?
It's hard to keep up with these geniuses.
Okay. Vern has spent a lot more time over here visiting me and Alberto in the last 2 days in what seemed like an attempt to get away from Eric. Nate has done the same thing too.
1 second, I got a super chat. I'm going to read it one here. Emily H, $5. Thank you very much. 25 minutes behind. Queen of Rewatch on the morning commute checking in. Don't worry, no TMI. Just saying hi to some of my favorite peeps. Okay, thanks, love you, bye.
Hard eyes.
Hard eyes. We had 2 jack-o'-lanterns, it looks like.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Emily H. Anytime, even if it's on a replay, we enjoy you all.
Who ran out of the toilet paper?
Alberto and Lorne run out of toilet paper.
Alberto
was the one that Lorne got
toilet
it for,
paper like no one else.
Right.
All those bean burritos.
Yeah.
You want to answer this for Monica?
Yeah, sure. Lorne's an idiot, and he also believes that hookers are beneath him. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. But would he know with all those one-night stands? Actually, Outdoor Loser, who's not in the chat tonight, but Outdoor Loser once said that as well in one of our streams. Like,
yeah, could he have
Did
accidentally
Lorne-
hooked up with a hooker and then not realized it was a hooker?
Yeah, without realizing it was a hooker, it was a hooker because that's how they do it in small towns.
He can't afford a hooker, whether or not he realizes it.
He would still be obsessed with her.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I need to read this out loud for those listening. Monica Watson says, do you ever think Lorne accidentally used a hooker? He is too stupid to know it, but would explain why he had, quote, all those one night stands, end quote, and why women were just interested in his wallet. I didn't see the last part. It would also explain, like, based on the movies, that hookers don't kiss, right? So Lorne, never been kissed.
You mean that one movie?
Well, I always thought that was a trope. No kissing.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Or isn't that Pretty Women or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty Women, this bitch.
Pretty Woman.
Well, okay. And Ravina Denver says, I don't think so because he knows absolutely nothing about sex. Well, what if the hookers are just blowing him? Right? They're going out there and then like,
Jesus Christ.
No.
What a image.
He doesn't even have money for that.
Like $40, sweetie. And he's like,
$40.
What?
You're only interested in my wallet.
You need or he's like, oh, you need to borrow $40. Okay.
Right.
And like, yeah, sugar. Okay, bye.
Sugar. Yeah, sugar.
Vern is another case that really has some issues. He has a big spot on his leg now that is all red and bumpy. At first, I told him he might be allergic to something, but then I thought about it more and realized that we haven't had anything different to eat or used any different kind of soap and such since I've been here. He's allergic to tomatoes, but they cured that by avoiding giving him anything with tomatoes in it or on it. Well, he showed me his irritated spot on his leg again. Not because I asked to see it, but because he wanted me to see it again. I told him that the nurse will probably have some cream that he can put on it and will help it. He said he's tried that already, and it didn't help any. That was an ignorant thing to say, because I knew he hasn't tried that yet, because he hasn't even seen the nurse about it yet. I decided to just go with the flow and nod my head at what he said because it doesn't do any good to argue with stupidity. But the whole time, I realized that the reason he had that big irritated spot on his leg was because he had purposefully been scratching it to make it look like something was wrong with him for the attention, and so that he could try to get some more pills. It's sad that someone would go to such extents for attention and pills. You'd think the jail would see it as a sign of someone needing rehabilitation, but their solution to it is to give him some more pills when he gets in prison. Dumbasses!
All right, let's stop here a sec. I will give Lorne credit for this paragraph having something happen. Okay, there's an infection on a person, and we get the name of it. It's not just, yeah, something happened to Vern, and I told him he was stupid, and then he said he was going to go see the nurse, but I said, no, I know you didn't. Next paragraph.
This is why you can see that, joking aside, this was the best experience Lorne had in his life. Like,
he was getting medical care.
He's engaging with other people, and seeing that other people experience things. Like, I don't think he really knew any of that. I mean, he's not learning anything. He's still an idiot, but
he showed me his irritated spot on his leg again, not because I asked to see it, because that would be gay. That would be extremely gay, right?
Oh yeah, that would be really
Wants
gay.
to make sure we know.
To see an
I did not
irritated
ask to
spot.
see his leg.
no.
Right. But then his story kind of falls apart, right? Okay, he hasn't gone to see the nurse. So then how do you know that they're going to give him pills?
And what pills are they going to give him? He's making it sound like they're going to give him opioids.
They're going to give him antihistamines.
What are they going to give him? Zyrtec?
Or an antibiotic, maybe? If it's an infection,
that's not really the pills that usually
No.
people are talking about.
They're not going to give him opiates or narcotics for rash.
Yeah. And also, in this is Lorne's nurse visits, right? I don't want to ruin it if that comes later.
I don't know if they're later. I can get the picture of his. Well,
hold on. There's a picture of it.
No, the picture is from post jail. Remember when he's telling Casey like, "Oh, all right." I think he was telling Casey, case 3, or Jamie, got a bump on my leg, so I cut it open and poured some Neosporin in it. Right?
No, not Neosporin. Battery acid.
No, he said Neosporin.
Oh, well, with Paul, he says that he would pop his boils with battery acid.
Disgusting.
We got a couple super chats here. Chicken Shake, $5. Maybe he is showing his pee to people and they don't want to touch it. So he rage journals and he's so jealous. Futuristically, of course. I was thinking, remember we were confused of what kind of jail he's at. What jail is he in that they're swapping?
He's in a special jail.
I think what they do is they segregate straight and gay, right? Because they don't. I know they do that in certain prisons, right? And then they say some people lie.
Kind of blurred, but
well, they ask you when you go in, I think, and then they. Right. And so, but then I think there's a thing of like gay guys will still say they're straight so they can get whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, these are the people that have said they're gay. So they're segregated. Right. Lorne comes in. He needs protection because they're going to beat the shit out of him when he finds out what his charge is.
That's
and
what
like,
it is. Yeah.
They're like, well, we got the general population. Then we got the segregated gays. Let's put them in with the gays.
Yeah.
Well, I really think they just separated, and not just the pedos and CP producers, but anyone who is at risk of getting their ass absolutely handed to them in jail. Let's put them in a separate
crime so heinous that even criminals are angry about it.
Yeah. Or so stupid.
Jackie Anderson, $1.99. 1 like equals 1 pleasure pack for Lorne. 1 pleasure pack for.
Well, he brought
condoms?
the 12 pack.
Yeah.
Well, 14. Sorry, there was bonus 2.
Yeah, there's the bonus 2.
That was the pleasure pack, I believe. For her pleasure.
Red Irish, member for 4 months. Mallory Beavers, member for 1 month. Chicken Shape, member for 3 months. Thank you all for being members. Membership is available in the description below. If you don't see the join button, buy it. And don't forget to hit the like button. And we continue. There's a blacked out section on the original. So it was redacted for whatever reason. I don't know. Like it was redacted by probably Reborn or Emma or whoever got the journal. Blacked out over the photo.
Blacked out section. This guy is a serious threat to society, and I think Eric likes that about John. They're both are idiots. Is he talking about John Wesley Elliott, Ball Beaver Hunter?
Maybe.
Nate's been staying away from Eric more and more and hanging around with me and Alberto also. I think he's beginning to see how warped Eric is too. Nate is probably the only other one besides me and Alberto that is on the normal side.
I think Nate is the other black guy. Nate and Gentry.
Nate? Okay.
Well, I know Gentry's black. Remember, because Gentry was always saying how he's black, even though he was the only one that was mentioning it, that he was the only black person here. Even though Lorne mentioned it in his book. Tiger, welcome, new member.
Gentry isn't too bad, and his roommate Sean doesn't seem too bad either. So that makes almost 50% of this cell that is somewhat normal. Probably the best percentage this cell has seen since I've been in here. That's sad too.
1, 2, Lorne is 3. Gentry is 4.
Alberto.
And yeah. Well, yeah. 1, Nate, not Eric. Alberto's 2. Lorne is 3. Gentry's 4. Sean is 5. And that's almost 50%. So assuming Lorne can do math, what are there, 12 people in there? Because 10 would be. Well, maybe
Yeah,
or
that sounds about right.
yeah. Okay.
All right. It won't be too much longer, and most of the people in the cell will be gone. Actually, within the next 2 months, it will all be changing again. And thank God, I will be one of them that will be leaving this hellhole. Yeah, you're gonna go to prison, buddy.
Federal prison.
Things are gonna get much fucking worse.
I mean, luckily for him, he was living pretty much in a hellhole. So, or rather, no, after this is when he goes to the trailer, right? And then turns that into a hellhole.
Anything he touched turns into.
I like this photo of Lorne on Ceiling Desk Fan.
It is. That's a beautiful photo.
Hi.
When I do leave here and go to wherever my destination spot is for my sentence, I think either Tahiti, Maui, whatever the destination spot is.
He's acting like it's going to be one of the Disneylands.
Yeah, they're just sending him on a nice vacation.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to end this book and start a different one. So I may not tell the reason that I'm incarcerated until the end of that book. I'll have to think that one over.
The point of this book is just to shit talk everyone else who's incarcerated with him and pretend that he's an amazing person. Apparently.
No problem, Jackie Anderson. I was just informing you. Just to let you know.
How he didn't get his skull bashed in is nothing short of a miracle. Well, remember in the last reading, he had that amazing John Wick scene where he was just flying through the air, throwing a left, right through the guy 10 feet, basically skull fuck the guy.
Giving him goose eggs.
Goose eggs.
I also know that it's been reported that he just would not stop crying.
Well, of course not.
Well, and that's funny. It's not in here at all, right? But and this is before.
No, he's not going to mention that.
Well, it's before they found out his charge. He was still crying, right? And then imagine after they found out about his charge. And according to, I don't know, they watched the episode in jail.
They did, yeah. They did.
Can you imagine being sitting there and everyone else around you, you know, is a murder or whatever, right? But then NBC is doing a primetime episode showing you up there crying like this. Like,
did they watch it before or after the pillowcase making out thing, do you think?
I don't know. When did it air? When did Lorne's episode air? Do you know?
I don't know. 2008, I thought.
Was it 2008?
I thought it was about.
It was the last episode to air, right?
It was.
Or was it the last episode to be filmed?
Last episode. Oh, I see what you're saying. That sting was the last sting to be filmed. Now, which episode was it within that sting? I don't know. Yeah, and it all happened in 2007.
December 28th, 2007.
December? Okay.
So they all know. So he's just hiding it from the reader. They already know in jail why he's there. So that's obviously where the pillowcase makeout session. Well, wait, no, it wasn't a pillowcase. Remember, it was a thin laundry bag.
Right, thin laundry bag.
Not just a laundry bag, a thin one.
Wondering when all that kind of thing started, before or after they saw him, you know. I'm sure they had plenty of material before that, but
I wonder if the first part of the book that we don't have, the first 250 days, right, is him just crying.
Crying.
Yeah, like the pages are all covered in tears.
Am I gonna go to jail tonight?
Gonna go to jail tonight? All right.
It's amazing to me the thoughts that are running through my head right now. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes probably, just staring into space and wondering. There must be a reason that Quad wanted me to be here and go through this.
Stop.
I'm smart,
Stop.
honest, and
Stop.
caring.
Stop. who else said this very exact phrase in their letters?
You mean our
Same.
savior Sarah?
Sarah, remember?
Yeah.
After she lost the trial, she's like, well, God wants me to, is going to make me successful, but he just got a different route for me to do it through her appeal, which I don't, is this just a coping mechanism? Like to be like, oh, well, God hasn't abandoned me and he must want me to go through this. I don't think that's how it works. I mean, he's not Job. He wasn't devout and then like, I'm going to test you, Lorne. Right?
I love the next line. I'm smart, honest, and caring enough to not normally do what I did to get myself in here.
Not normally. Normally he wouldn't do it.
Smart.
Not ever. Just most of the time I won't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, keep
even
going
on
with
the
excuse, Lorne.
Even on the road to committing the crime that got me in here, everything inside of me was telling me to turn around and go home. But something else inside of me, Mr. Penis, kept driving me to move forward. The only thing that I can think is that Claude must want me to go through this for a good reason. So, because of that, because of honesty, and people should know the truth, I'm writing this book.
You haven't even told us why you're in jail.
I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation, pass time, and teach people that not all justice is honest justice.
This is a book about why I'm writing this book.
A lot of justice is play with somebody's life for the money kind of justice.
Oh, really?
Another reason the United States prison system is overcrowded.
All right, pause there. So we got a couple things in this. First, I wanted to point out Brian Colbert. Yes, it's a deflection. Instead of being there because of choices, it's destiny, which is incorrect because God gives man free will. And by the way, if anyone caught my proving that God exists appearance on Flow States last night, it's private for now. I want to cut out the beginning and the ending where I'm not there because I got timed out because I was making sense. But they were just one guy with the scale of justice that was idiotic. But this is what you say after an earthquake, right? This is an existential crisis has happened that has upended your life, right? It is not from a direct action that you took, right? It's so stupid. Yeah, I'm the same as the person whose tornado went through their trailer park, right? No, that's when you say, "Oh God," that's when it's appropriate to say, "Well, whatever. We're going through this, God. That's what we need to deal with." Not God. Yeah, he obviously wants me to learn something here by attempting to solicit a minor and then being sent to prison. I'm not sure what the message is, Lord. Maybe it's don't do it. Yeah, best of a bad situation. It's a bad decision. It's not a situation. He just totally removes himself. It's so annoying.
It's
and
like Sarah saying it's an incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
one unfortunate incident.
People were making a lot of money. The judge and everyone and the YouTubers with the blood on their keyboards.
Yeah. Now, what's funny is he's saying playing with, and then that's the reason all inmates are in there, which of course is stupid. If putting people in jail raised money, why wouldn't we just put everyone in jail and solve the national debt?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it'd be even cheaper. Don't have jails. Just let people,
Yeah, and
don't feed them.
It's also funny because later in the book, he goes, "This is so stupid. Do you realize how expensive it is to keep people in prison?" I'm like, okay, well, Lorne, you said they were doing it for the money. Yeah, I just, whatever. I mean, policemen get paid. I know his argument here is against perverted justice, right? Because they got paid to
It's not honest justice.
It's not honest justice because they got paid.
Perverted justice.
Well, what do you think all law enforcement is doing? Do you think they're all doing it for free? Even the public defender, Lorne, is getting paid.
Yeah, not everyone can just bilk elderly people out of 30 grand, you schmuck.
Right. But, he never even meant to do that. He wanted to build that house. He just had no skills. And he gave all the money away.
Another reason I'll be happy to be out of this place is because it's killing my knees. I bet it is. I made sure to he does, his K's are all, I'm sure he doesn't understand that what a lowercase k looks like, but every time he writes a K at the beginning, it is a capital K. It is so stupid. I do everything I can to continuously get some exercise every day. But because of stretching so much, it's taken a bit of a toll on my knees. Sometimes it doesn't pay to get older. I was doing a lot of stretching, though. Probably more than I should have at my age, because I was able to put my leg up by my head with both my legs completely straight.
Have you ever gotten like one of those holiday updates from an elderly couple?
Yeah.
This is what this is like.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense.
Without Papa now, and Dan can,
Yeah, this is like talking to my in-laws.
Not Dan.
My knee's going out. I got the hip replacement. Yeah. He's 37.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not an old man.
He's like 20. It's the same thing. There's no excuse for any of this. He looks old.
And this is another thing where he's doing stuff. Lorne is so feminine, right? Like we said, he would be on top in 69 or whatever. But I put my leg up by my head. What is he doing? He's surrounded by
pictures of his asshole.
Yeah, that's correct. That's right.
He's saying he's surrounded by all these gay guys, right? They're all super gay. Why is he stretching like this?
Well, he's got a temp though.
Yeah. And stretching
about how gay they are.
Stretching prevents injuries. It's not this. If the stretching caused you to be injured, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, why don't you fucking run and lift some weights? What's with all the stretching? Who are you? Madonna? What's happening here? You're in prison.
But I don't understand. Is he sitting on the bed or something? Leaning forward, touching his head to his feet.
Any of this.
I think he's laying on his back and he can lift his legs straight up. I think that's what he's saying.
Which is what pretty much everyone
to his head.
I don't think it's actually going to. There's no way that body,
We've
the
seen
way
that
he's
body.
built, it physically cannot get his legs.
Not even as a child.
No, you know what he's probably doing? He's probably grabbing at the right behind the knees and pulling his leg up. So his knee is kind of
it won't be straight.
And then he's straightening it out afterwards. I don't know.
TMI all around, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I think that might be the reason my leg locked up on me and jammed my knee one day when I was playing basketball. I've stopped stretching for the last 2 weeks. And my knees seem to very slowly be getting back to normal. I guess that's all for this entry.
Wow.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Yeah.
June 27, 2008, day 253. It's about 11:30 right now, and I'm trying to stay up all night again so that I can avoid the ignorance during the day. I tried to stay up all of last night, but failed because of boredom. I ended up going to bed around 2 a.m. I slept a little today, so I'm hoping I'll be able to last all night and until about 2 or 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. That's usually about the time that Eric and Vern, the two most ignorant people in the cell, wake up for the day.
1 second. Super chat here from Jude Buggan. $5. Thank you very much. Lorne is very far in the
closet.
Closet. Oh, got it. Thank you.
Today was mine and Alberto's day for the TV, and go figure. There was no arguing or fighting over it. Whenever someone else's day for the TV, they always argue and fight over programs to watch and times of show and stupid things like that. They all need to grow up. I keep telling them it's a television. The same shit is going to be on again and again and again. Stop arguing over something so stupid. They all agree with me. Then an hour later, they start arguing all over again. Morons.
So this is another TV complaint. Remember when he said yesterday he was so sick of how much they're talking about the TV? Well, it looks like you're writing about the TV again, and it's bothering you more than anyone. What are you doing, Lorne? And the guy who leaves his TV on 24/7 in his trailer playing Three's Company, Jurassic Park. Whatever. What else does he have? I don't know.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory on CBS and the weather. All right.
Me, Nate, and Terry were the only three to go to rec today. It was outside. Thank God. It was actually quite hot and humid, but I didn't care. It was good to get the fresh air. Of course, Terry had to be the 52-year-old baby that he is and start bitching about James and the television. I told him I really didn't care to hear about it. It gets old listening to the same old shit over and over again.
Really? Because you just mentioned this 2 paragraphs before. Jesus, Lorne, it gets boring to read about it.
And what about your chat log, you prick?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to at least lay down and take a nap for an hour or two tonight. Wow. I'm already feeling my eyes get tired. The longer I can stay awake, the better off I'll be. But at the same time, I don't want to make myself sick either.
I don't understand his logic here.
No.
He's trying to stay up all night, right?
Yes.
It is harder to stay because he wants to avoid all the ignorance during the day.
There's too much ignorance, Suma.
Right.
Too much ignorance.
My bad.
If you want to stay up all night, it would help you to sleep during the day, Lorne. Why are you staying? Why? I mean, we're still assuming it's still the day because he just talked about Rick.
And a nap.
Oh, it's 11:30 p.m.
No, it's 11:30.
Sorry. What a baby! He can't stay up all night. What? It's just stupid. Not. It's annoying. You got to fall asleep, Lorne.
He can sleep all day and all night. By the way, I feel like he's got that in him.
Yes.
Well, not because of all the coffee he drinks when he's on the outside.
No, he doesn't, because he won't sleep. He only needs like 3 hours of sleep a day,
right?
If even.
It's like because he's like some.
He's a cockroach.
That's correct. Yeah, that's.
Lorne didn't give us permission, but I assume it's implied by the fact that he is writing a book for the public. So,
yeah,
because you failed to publish it, we're reading it for him.
But yeah, and he wanted everyone to hear this. This is his expose. This is his journalistic magnum opus. I mean, this is terrific, groundbreaking stuff, really.
It is.
Only 3 more days until my final sentencing for the feds. I'm hoping that I'll get the minimum amount of time possible. I honestly shouldn't even be going through any of this bullshit, but I am so ... I'm not going to dwell on it.
Really? You're not going to dwell on it? You keep reminding us, and it... Lorne,
I'm just going to do my best to make sure that honest justice is at least brought out in the open and makes the public aware of the corruptness that got me in here to begin with. That's why this book is so important to me.
And remember, at this point, this is supposed to be for any reader, right? He has not said why he's in prison.
Also, you don't have to state that you're hoping you'll get the lowest sentence possible.
everyone, pretty much that's universal.
I mean,
or some people are like, maybe I don't care what they give me. Maybe they give me highest.
If you didn't want to get the lowest, then all right, then tell us why that is, because that's very unusual. But this is not something you have to tell us even once, let alone every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you haven't told us at all what you did, what is corrupt, what the truth is. I mean, it's called Jailed, the Time, the Truth, and the Corruption. There's no truth or corruption being in here other than you saying this is really corrupt. What's corrupt, Lorne?
The ignorance. What is wrong with you and Suma? He keeps talking about the ignorance.
The ignorance. Yeah.
Ignorance.
Should just call it sex, lies, and
TV.
Sex, lies, minus the sex. That's what it should be called.
Well, the gay sex is sex. So
there was gay sex last time. So, there was that.
Yeah.
After my final sentencing is done for the feds, I have to go to state court on the 7th or the 14th of July, either to plead guilty and get 7 years at 20% or make the decision to take it to trial. The only way I'll plead guilty if it's under my terms. If they don't accept my terms, then we'll be going to trial. I should take it to trial anyway, because the whole thing is wrong. But I'm not going to get into that right now.
Okay, one other question. And this is for the lawyers out there, and Shin's here now. Good. I don't understand that he's going to make the decision to take it to trial. Could his guilty plea in the federal case be used as presented to the jury in a state case? I mean, it's the same incident, right? So it's not a prior crime.
Yeah, he would have pled guilty.
Right. Isn't that able to be used? Someone let us know. Or maybe there's some exclusion because it's two. They are two different charges, but it's the same act. Yeah, his terms, right? He's really the one in control right now.
Very stupid. Let's not forget.
Shins just says it's too stupid to answer.
Wait, my question's too stupid?
No,
I think Lorne, the situation.
I feel like Shins doesn't know the answer. That's why he's like, it's too stupid to even answer. What's the answer? It would seem like it would be the evidence exhibit number 1. Well, here's his guilty plea from federal court for interstate travel to engage in sex with a minor, and we are charging him with talking sexually to a minor. Okay.
I just heated up my last cup of coffee that I have from this morning. The way that I heat it is I put it in a Ziploc freezer baggie, zip it up. Read that wrong. Is I put it in a Ziploc freezer baggie, zip it up tight, then run it under hot water until it gets hot enough to drink. Personally, I'd rather use a microwave, but unfortunately one's not available to me right now. So, compromise is good.
Real quick, he wrote a children's book at some point during incarceration called Lost Kitten. Yes, but he also wrote Boomer's Adventures, right? I don't know. Did you guys listen to that story yesterday?
I started listening to it. Yes.
About a dog.
It's exactly the same as a lost kitten. It's the same damn story.
AKA the best way to lure a child.
Yeah. Where's my mommy? Where's my mommy? Oh, come here.
Want to help me look for my puppy?
We probably should read The Lost Kitten one day. It will only take 2 minutes.
Sure.
But I think we should. The prices on commissary here are ridiculous. I paid 25 cents for each Ziploc freezer bag. It usually only lasts me a couple weeks before it gets a little hole in it. Then I have to buy another one. Little Debbie snack cakes with 12 cakes per box cost $4. On the street, they cost around $2. A box of saltine crackers on the street costs $1.50 at the most.
On the street?
In here, they cost $2.90. For ibuprofen, Tylenol, or aspirin, they charge 35 cents in here for a little packet with 220-milligram tablets. They basically double the price from what you'd pay on the streets. It's pathetic and greedy and unjustifiable, in my opinion. Not to mention, it should be illegal to charge people $25 a day to be in jail. But they do. And go figure that here in the messed up state of Kentucky, it's legal.
All right. Huh. So, yeah, you noticed it as well. Why does he keep saying on the streets? You're not buying... Streets is where you buy...
You're not buying cocaine.
Yeah, this must be he's gotten into the prison lingo. They keep... Or he's just trying to make himself seem more real or, authentic on the streets, right? What are you talking about? Who's buying aspirin on the streets? You go to the store, Lorne. Yes, you're in jail, and it does cost more for stuff on the inside of jail because they have to buy it. They're going to mark it up because they're paying for your ass to be in there. And sorry, yeah, you're going to have to pay a little bit of a premium. You're lucky you even have access to Little Debbie cakes.
You know, right? Where else shit costs a lot more money? Anywhere else where you have a captive fucking audience. Yeah. Like an airport, a travel plaza, a stadium where I got to pay $8 for a damn bottle of water.
Movie theater, yeah.
Movie theater.
$12 for a medium beer.
Hotel.
A hotel.
Yeah, hotel.
Yeah. Hotels get you.
Yeah.
But they're usually close to other stuff, and they don't prevent you from bringing stuff in. That's
and
the
not
one
everyone's
difference.
like, this should be illegal.
Brian Coburn, Little Debbie Cakes, also Lorne's nickname on the
and on the street.
Beautiful, beautiful.
No, I think he does understand what the term "on the streets" means. He's trying to make it seem like he's doing hard time. I think he's trying to make it sound like he's doing hard time.
He's from Cornville.
A. B. He's talking about Little Debbie Cakes. I think he is just copying the lingo that he's hearing.
Yeah. He's using it as best he could.
Yeah, he's doing the best he can.
When keeping it real goes wrong, like I thought. I don't know if I've said this before. I always said that Lorne should have written a book called How to Become or How to Gain Worldwide Infamy Without Spending a Dime. How to go viral without spending a dime as well. Hey, just go and get caught on To Catch a Predator and then keep writing letters and you'll be known all over this planet. It's just whatever.
I have the feeling that Eric isn't too happy right now. He has to spend the whole weekend drawing pictures for my little rhyming children's book that I wrote because I need to send it out with a lot of other things to my mother. And there's about 30 pages in it.
See, it's
he
Eric,
has to
right?
draw pictures.
It's Eric. It's not Aaron. It's Eric.
Did I say Aaron?
No, you said Eric, but earlier you were like,
I
what?
made a mistake.
Yep.
He has to draw pictures on every page, including on for the cover on front. He won't be able to be out of his room much to run his mouth because of it. That's a major plus. He tried to start shit tonight at lockdown. He waited until everyone was locked down in their rooms, then came over and asked me if he should turn the shower on and leave it so that everyone would lose the television tomorrow. I told him I thought he was ignorant. He left the shower alone and went to his room and locked down after seeing that I wasn't impressed by his idiocy. The sooner that asshole leaves this place, the sooner that asshole leaves, the better off this place will be. The same goes for Vern. He's just as much of a moron, just in different ways. To be quite honest, I cannot see how his underwear is not all shit stained. He farts so much and with such an oops, I think there were chunks in that one kind of sound to it.
Why, Lorne?
I have a feeling that he does a lot of scrubbing on them. Nasty bastard he is. The sad part is that he thinks he's funny. The more it stinks, the harder he laughs. Shows a real sign of intelligence there, the dumbass.
No, he's doing it because he gets a rise out of you, Lorne.
Yep,
and
that's why they all do things.
And I don't understand. Like
this is the book he's writing to take the justice system down to its knees.
Right. Well, of
almost
course.
90% of it is about other people farting.
Yes.
Well, yes, but the oops, I think there's chunks in that one. That's not something that he said. Like, it's not a quote.
No, Lorne included that.
Yeah, Lorne
says that.
Describing it.
It doesn't make any sense.
When you write, when you're a good writer, you show, don't tell.
It's true. You show, don't tell. Yeah. Don't forget the name of the dog. Give the details.
Don't just say he farted. You got to get into the details of it. Yeah.
I'm trying to get that picture of the goat.
The one I sent?
Yeah.
Of the satanic goat you claim is not satanic?
It's not satanic.
The goat is wearing heels.
It's wearing... Okay, well, I was going to say we could ask the audience what they think, because I think he's wearing something else.
Yeah, you think the goat's going to some special leather bar.
No, I didn't see he was wearing a leather daddy.
Sula's neighbors.
Yeah.
Polynomial purebred, $4.99. He only likes Little Debbie cakes because there's a picture of a little girl on it.
Yep. Honestly,
also why he likes copper tone products. That is very valid. Very valid polynomial.
I got lucky on Thursday when I went to the gym. Bad phrasing. I found over half a roll of toilet paper in the bathroom. So I hid it inside my coveralls and brought it back with me. Fortunately, my roommate, Alberto, hasn't gone through it all yet. I think he's being careful with it right now because we don't get any more until Tuesday. I still have a whole roll left, but if I wouldn't have found that half a roll, we'd end up borrowing someone else's toilet paper or using paper towels until Tuesday. What is wrong with Alberto's GI system?
I don't know. I mean, doesn't Alberto dies in prison? Or dies, doesn't he? Or is that a different...
I thought that was
okay,
prison.
I don't know.
I feel like Alberto is a friend.
Possibly.
To all of us.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He's got something going on. Here's the picture. Okay,
yeah,
so
let the people speak. Is that a regular goat, as HearMeowt says, or is something wrong with that goat?
Well, he stands like a regular goat. I mean, that's how goats stand, right?
Okay. I will make my argument of why I don't think those are devil horns first, and then you can make your argument of why you think it is devil horns or satanic goat. Okay, number one, we both agree this is a scary looking goat. I said he has his face looks like it's Jigsaw without the red spirals on the cheeks. It's horrific.
He's got an hourglass figure.
Goats have horns. I think that Lorne doesn't understand that most goats have their horns filed down so they don't hurt the other goats, right? And on farms, because, he's a country boy, but he's an idiot. I also think that Eric drew this as like a cowboy type goat because that's probably what Lorne asked for. Make him country. And so he's got spurs on the bottom here. These are spurs on his hooves. And you can see he's chewing a wheat straw. Right, which is what a cowboy would do.
Good.
All right, now you go ahead and lie about what
the goat is wearing heels. The goat is seductively placed to try to tempt us with its alluring look.
And the figure.
Why are its horns spiraled? It has some type of ribbing on it. I mean, regular goat horns have texture and stuff, but I don't know. This goat to me it has hair. This goat to me is saying, come here.
Let's fuck.
I want to molest you. And to me, that's the work of the devil.
Actually, you know what I just noticed? You look at his arms right here. So
himself.
these are all his hooves. No, look at his hooves, right? You can see it's almost like sleeves here. So then if these are sleeves on his feet, is he wearing a like a latex bodysuit?
Well, it's called a unitard.
Oh, maybe he's wearing 4 spurs. Right. But
is there a necklace going on there?
I don't know.
That hair, chest hair? What's happening?
Yeah, right.
I don't understand. The most confusing part is his head. Why does he have hair like that? It looks like a toupee sitting on top of it.
Is it a hat?
I don't know. But he obviously drew the spirals.
Goat?
He drew the spirals, obviously.
That's the goat.
Okay.
Believe me.
Okay.
He drew the spirals, obviously, to show that they are horns, because, or else they might. I mean, they look like unicorn horns, but. Right. Again, this is from a neo-Nazi in prison. What are you expecting, Lorne? But he's standing next to a fence. He's out in the corral, right? So
yeah, he's just cowboy goat hanging around, chewing some whatever. And
if he was going to make a satanic goat, you think he would have thrown some swastikas or pentagrams on him, like tats?
That's not satanic. Right? Swastikas aren't satanic. I
said pentagrams and swastikas, right?
Okay,
so
well, I'm not sure pentagrams are either. Honestly, I don't know.
All right. Take this down.
Moving on.
I don't
know. I've never seen anyone that has to shit as much as him. Then he stays in the bathroom for 45 minutes to an hour at a time. Aaron peeked up over the curtain a couple of times by standing on something and looked in to see what Albert was doing. He said he was just sitting there pulling on the end. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
What was he doing?
What's happening?
What was he doing?
He said he was just sitting there pulling on the end of his penis. I kind of have a hard time believing that, though.
Why?
I don't really think Aaron is the most honest preacher in the church.
Another Lorneism.
It's just an expression he got from his mother. But why? Right. If he doesn't believe that, then what is he lying about? What's the truth?
Why wouldn't Alberto be?
Why would that be the lie?
In private, right? What's he gonna do? Whip it out in front of all of them or something? Like, what do you think?
The guy's just, took a shit and cranking some hog.
I mean, listen, as you do,
Who among us? All right, throw the first stone.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Enjoy your glass house.
Or maybe he's seen Alberto jerk off so much that he goes, no, he doesn't pull on the end. He goes from the bottom.
Right. Or he does it the way Lorne does it. Yeah.
On and off.
Completely on and completely off.
Just bam. Well, I've been sitting here for the last 5 minutes or so and haven't written a thing. I thought about laying down.
Why include this sentence?
And
you don't even tell us that.
Well.
And what's the huge deal with 5 minutes? So, I mean,
it's like a whole now I've been sitting here for half an hour not writing anything.
It might be something. Yeah, he's like, I've been sitting here for 3 hours and I can't think of anything to write. Well, then you can just stop. Okay.
I thought about laying down and reading a book that I'm in the middle of, but I'm afraid it will put me to sleep. Also, the fact that I don't really feel like reading it right now. It hasn't really grabbed my attention as much as the previous 2 books I've read have. They were good stories, and it was hard to put them down. A large reason was due to the chapters being so short. It was easy to say, oh, this chapter is just 2 or 3 pages long, so I'll read this chapter, then stop for a bit. Before you know it, you're almost all done with the book, so you just keep going and finishing it.
Cool, Lorne.
Funny how it's easy to continue reading when the chapters are really short. It's also funny how I enjoy reading now, but I never used to when I was growing up. Even when we got an assignment to read a book, I still never read it. Cliff notes come in handy. I had too many other things I wanted to do when I got home from school that topped the priority list. It made it so that reading was way down the bottom. Actually, to be quite honest, homework was way down on the list for me too.
Can you believe this guy was 87 out of 87?
Then what did he need Cliff Notes for if he didn't do homework?
Until my mother realized I had homework to do. Then I had no choice. That was a worthless paragraph. That was a waste of time that we will never get back.
Also, he just described almost everyone, so.
By the sounds of it, I'm not the only one staying up tonight. I just heard someone flush their toilet and heard a little talking, too. I thought about saying something to find out who it is until I thought about it more and realized I have to hear their voices. That turned me off on saying anything at all to them. The guard just came through on his rounds and I asked him what time was. And I asked him what the time was. He told me 1:45. He didn't look like he was any more than 19 or 20 years old at the most. I bet he enjoys this job. It's about the most boring job anyone could have. That must be why they have such a high turnover rate.
What is he talking about?
I have no idea.
I'll let you finish reading this sentence here. So go ahead.
I guess I've written enough for tonight. I think I'll read.
I bet he enjoys this job. It's about the most boring job anyone could have. That's why they have such a... What?
That's sarcasm. You see, that's the kind of writer he is.
Yeah, he's playing with sarcasm.
Yeah, that's right. He's really quite...
It's like Voltaire.
Innovative. Yeah.
Well,
much like.
Is it more boring than being a telemarketer for a band that looks and sounds exactly like the Beatles?
It's not more boring than reading your book.
Right. Is it more boring than being online chatting with
what were the things what were the priorities to him when he got home from school that he couldn't read a fucking book? I mean, I didn't read books.
Little House on the Prairie is probably on.
It is.
The neighborhood, the girls, or there was probably some after school, teens
he was just
on
watching TV like other kids, really. But I mean, these were not priorities. Like, I wasn't a good student. I wasn't going home and doing my homework, but I wouldn't call the other things I was doing priorities.
I mean, he also has no hobbies or activities that he does.
It's
so
not like, it's just the homework was not a priority, but he didn't have other priorities.
His priority was pulling on his pecker.
I can tell you exactly what I did when I avoided homework. I watched TV, I played with Legos, then later I went and played computer games, and then I played the drums. I mean, those are the things I did to avoid all responsibility.
Right, exactly.
I did things.
Do you consider those priorities? I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I
wasn't doing those things either.
Yeah, it wasn't priority. I just didn't want to do my homework.
Right, exactly.
Well, what kid does want to do their
priorities?
Homework?
He was so busy,
Well, if it's due the next day, then I gotta do it.
You gotta do it, but it doesn't mean you like to do it.
Well, I mean, that's
true. Boom Shicky said he sold rotten wood in front of his house.
Yeah, they pretended it was meat that they were selling, but that was with his cousins, right?
That was with Roy, I thought.
Oh yeah, his brothers. Okay. you can't do that every day before. Pretty soon, your customers are going to figure out that you're only selling rotten wood.
I mean, who's falling for that?
It's not like a lemonade stand. They can't even set up. Lorne is so pathetic. They can't even set up a lemonade stand to offer something somebody would want. They're selling wood, pretending it's meat.
There's no way.
Lorne is so stupid. He's trying to sell trash as a kid.
Right in front of his own house. Right?
Yeah.
They'll be able to find you, you know?
I don't know where he would sell it, but he took rotten wood from the woods, and
I mean, I would imagine that if they know where to come get you afterward, but also I can't imagine anyone buying that.
No.
I mean,
well, now he sells rotten pallets, so really, his life is.
But now he lives in rotten pallet. Lives in rotten pallet.
Okay. Next day. Hold on, is it next day or 2 days?
Yeah, next day, or 2 days. Maybe it's 2 days. Yeah.
June 30th, 2008, day 256. It's about 12:15 a.m. right now. I just finished writing a letter to my mother, so I figured I'd write another entry in my book.
Hold on a sec. Jackie Anderson, what's the wood? It's just a stupid story he tells. Like when he's trying to tell Casey, he goes, "You know more about me than anyone else." She's like, "What do I know that other people know? Everyone knows everything about you. It's all on the internet." And then he said, Shins is describing it. They set up a rotten wood shop in the forest. So he said, there's a lot of foot traffic there. But no, Alberto probably isn't the one that died. His prison roommate died. I remember that. But what makes it even dumber is he's trying to tell Casey this to show like
trust,
something some secret that only she knows. And then she goes, well, that's nothing about you. That's something you did. Right. And he goes, well, and then he tops it by describing his first wet dream at 12 years old.
I forgot about that. He does.
And he might at the end talk about jerking off. I don't remember. But those are the things. And then Casey's like, okay, well, those again are just things you did. That's nothing about you.
That everyone does.
Yeah. Yes. It's not any. He was afraid, he's like, I thought something was wrong with me. Nobody had the sex talk with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, right. They only had one porno mag.
Holds a candle to him being a pedophile. So,
well, I mean, it's amazing though that this guy can have this 30-page chat log right out there that is incredibly humiliating, right? And he can still come up with humiliating statements. They go, well, that's embarrassing. Why would you say that? Why would you tell another person this?
Look at the book.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I have my final sentencing in the morning, so I'm hoping that the judge will give me the least amount of time possible.
Yeah,
there's really no reason why he shouldn't, because I don't have a prior criminal record.
Yes, you do. Even OUI.
I'm sure I'll have to write another entry tomorrow night just to tell you about what I received for time. If I don't write tomorrow night, then it will be in my next entry. Not a lot really happened here today. I tried to get some sleep so I could stay up later tonight, but I only succeeded in getting about an hour and a half because I was deep in thought about my final sentencing tomorrow.
I'll ask at the end here. But
I have to stay up late enough, though, to at least get my big envelope ready to be sent off in the morning. I'm sending everything that I need to send back that's of value to me and that I need to keep. I also have to send back a rhyming children's book that I wrote that I'm having Eric draw the pictures to. He's not putting a whole lot of effort into these pictures in this book. I can tell. So I'll probably end up having someone else draw them over again.
1 second. Shin has an interesting question here. Is chatlog Lorne worse than later catfish Lorne? You think? Hear me out. I'll let the panel answer first. What do you think? Is chatlog Lorne worse than when he's being catfished on the phone? I guess you have to be specific. You're talking about in terms of grossness or humiliation or
boredom.
I mean,
I'm calling a tie.
So I would say Lorne as a person is just as boring in both of them. The reason the calls are entertaining is because the catfish actually come up with, events that happen, and when he's and give him a hard time, and when he's left to his own, on his own, right? When he's just like sitting there on silence, he has nothing to say. It's all drywall talk. He's obviously much more explicit, I would say, in the calls. Because, well, here's the reason why. Like he only says the F word one time in the chat log, right? He doesn't.
Do you wanna fuck me?
And he's only criminality wise. Well, I guess I'll answer that net. And he uses very anatomical terms in the chat log, and it's the same thing. He says penis, vagina. He doesn't say cock or pussy, right? Like he does in the calls, right?
I'll slip my.
It's almost like he's talking to a child.
Yeah, I mean, but that's because I think he wanted to be very specific. He had to break it down, saying, "This is what I want to do," right? So just so you know that this is what I want to do, I'm not going to use slang.
You're a child.
When he's giving the sex talk to Casey, he's going the call kid and the nutsack, right? Like, it's just more explicit versus specific in the chat log. I think the chat log itself is more humiliating because anyone can read it. You don't have to, like, you can't see an audio file because they're all audio, right? You can't just see, oh, I can't believe he said this here, this here, this here. You could do a search in the thing and you could just see, even on the pages he submits for his appeal, for some reason, the 4 pages he submits along with evidence, because he underlines the part where he says, don't ever tell anyone your name. And he goes, see, I was trying to be protective, the protector. Mm-hmm. But then right above these things, you can see he's like a couple lines above. He's like, "You wanted me to touch my penis to your vagina?" Like Lorne, your chat log is no part is good in there for you. Criminality wise, obviously, I think he's dangerous at all points, right? Because when he's not being watched, or he thinks he's not being watched, he immediately tries to groom anyone he can, or isolate anyone he can, right? The drunk driving obviously was very dangerous, and he was doing it all the time. So I would say the criminality chat log Lorne is criminally worse, because it is explicitly a 13-year-old. He's never told later in the catfish calls that he's talking to a minor. So,
and he's not.
Even though it's more disgusting, but
yeah, well, I think it's worse that he's more disgusting because because he doesn't think he's talking to a minor, right? I mean, he doesn't think he's talking to a minor when he's talking to the other catfish.
Yeah, he wasn't scared back then. But despite being scared, and despite having been catfished over and over, the fear of she could be real, even though she's asking me to send me pictures of my butthole, or a used condom. She could be real.
I mean,
even though she's psychotic like Winnie, a schizophrenic who has lied to me multiple times and is playing with her own poop all the time, I still love, because she could be real and I could have sex, right? So that's how I see it. What do you think, next, Eric?
Oh, sorry, I was reading Sarah Boone's inquiry, so I was a bit distracted. But personally, I think even I have to go with Kayla Lorne as criminality wise, what I think is
Right.
the worst.
Yeah. Plus, he had just stolen $30,000 as well, right before then. So
also, there's that too.
I'd say the only reason Catfish Lorne isn't as criminal is because he got caught here, right? If he had never got caught, it would have just kept escalating.
We have no idea where it would have gone. It would have been. It would have been
he
dark.
is so boring that I really don't think he could have maintained any kind of.
I hope so.
I don't think a 13-year-old would even be able to, but who knows?
Handle it.
Yeah, handle it.
Oh, that was the other thing.
I mean, he's so boring,
Right. So that was the other thing that not occurred to me, but I was thinking about. So when he always describes talking to Kayla, he always says, I was just so, I was overwhelmed by somebody who was like interested in me, not picturing my wallet. We always focus on the wallet part of what are you talking about? That's bullshit. She wasn't focusing on your wallet, or nobody's focusing on your wallet because you don't have any money, right? But I think we don't give as much weight to the first part of that. He goes, I was just so happy somebody was interested in me, and she has no interest in him. She is just saying, yeah, cool, okay, right? That shows you how little interaction he gets with other humans, or other women, because this was his pinnacle.
Yeah,
I can't believe this is happening, and other women are just not interested in even talking to him because he is so boring, right? So, anyway,
all right, back to it. You drew one in there of a goat that has satanic horns on it. I won't have time in the morning to fix it before I send it out. So I asked my mother in a letter I wrote her to erase the horns. Eric is such a loser.
Wait, he doesn't have time to erase horns? You don't have a pencil, Lorne?
He's a busy man.
Yeah. Mom's got the time for that and an eraser.
Sometimes.
Why does he want the horns erased?
Because they're satanic.
Oh, but okay.
Yeah. What would this thing be without these horns, though?
Yeah, I know that's what I was
the thing.
thinking.
Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
It really would be Jigsaw then. Like, I'm kind of like squinting my eyes, like looking at it.
The physique is really.
Well, Eric was an interesting man.
There's one of the villains, like the worst villain in Powerpuff Girls. It looks like that, and it's like a devil.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and
he looks just like that. Oh my God, you're right.
Wait, what? This is the villain from Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah,
one of the villains looks just like that.
Like his name is Him.
Him, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Great show.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love that show.
Oh, you know what this is? It's a handkerchief around his neck.
Right, because he's a cowboy.
Because he's a cowboy.
Because he's a cowboy.
Maybe that's a cowboy hat.
I think it's a toupee.
It looks like a toupee.
Yeah, I mean,
which is interesting. I would wonder. Lauren's like, make sure he has hair. Make sure he's hair because Lauren's bald.
Right, don't make him bald.
Eric is such a loser. Sometimes just with the way he looks at me makes me want to deck him, then tell him to turn his evil-looking face in a different direction. Not much longer, and I won't have to deal with the idiot anyway. Funny. Right now, my roommate is sitting across from me picking his nose. I have my head down writing so he doesn't think I could see him. Aw! He can't read English either, so I can write that about him, and he doesn't know what it says. Especially when he'd have to read it upside down.
I don't understand that.
He's stopped picking his nose now. Now he's picking at the skin on his stomach.
What, you can't see the corruption?
Yeah.
I guess that's all I'm going to write tonight because I'm tired and I still have to do up stuff to send out in the morning. Besides that, I'm a little tired too. He said I'm tired twice.
Twice, like right away.
It's not roommate, Lorne. This is your cellmate. You're
not in college, dude. You're not in college.
Well, that lingo he hasn't quite gotten down yet. It's funny because I don't remember. This is who we're talking about, but I don't remember them. I remember him looking more like that, but it's you get the idea.
Who, Alberto?
No, him.
Oh, him. Yeah. Him. It does look like him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see
like
it.
Hips, though, but
Okay, hold it up again. Him looks satanic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
July 26, 2008.
So remember, the last entry was the 30th, and he was going to get sentenced that day, and then let us know or write the next day.
And it's a month later.
And it's a month later.
Day 282. I've been writing this book almost all the time I've been here. And to be honest, I feel like I'm repeating myself with the stupid things that happen in here.
You think?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, you think you're repeating yourself, Lorne? That's all you've done. You haven't told us anything in this book yet.
I may write a book and name it Camp for when I get out of here and go to prison camp, which will be soon. I know some of them are called prison camps, but in his mind, I guarantee you he's thinking of like space camp or summer camp.
Yeah.
Destination camp.
He's making macaroni necklaces with the other inmates.
Yeah.
They're going to, they're going down to the rifle range, getting their merit badge for shooting the 22 at the paper targets. Lorne, you are so stupid. I mean, nobody refers to it as camp, and nobody seeing a book titled Camp is going to think it's about prison.
And I mean, prison camps, I don't know, they just bring up something else somehow in my mind. Like,
yeah, it's like the overflow, right? They have in like Arizona, or like it's
I think of it in like other countries. Like I don't think of it as
yeah. Or like to me, it conjures up images of like out west, like being in a camp of just prisoners on the desert. Like you could run away, but to where? Where the hell are you going to go?
You can try, but you'll die on your way trying to find civilization. Yeah,
it's like Brewer Pente in Star Trek 6.
Which will be soon. But for now, I think I have to bring this book to the conclusion. Before I bring this book to an end, I've decided I'm going to tell the reason I'm in this situation and discuss it a little.
That's the entire I'm glad he's including it at the end as like an epilogue. By the way, here's why I'm in prison. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Here we go, folks.
And anytime it's struck through, read it. It's just something that he had crossed out.
Okay.
Get it?
My final court date is August 18th for my final sentencing for the state. I have already had my final sentencing for my federal charge.
And what did they give you, Lorne? You never told us. Did they go down?
If you're not catching on to what I just said, I just told you that I've been charged basically twice for the same crime.
But you didn't say that.
Yeah, and you didn't even say what the crime was.
Writing a fucking book.
You haven't told us what your crime was. You didn't tell us how much federal time you got.
All he knows how disgusting everyone is around you and ignorant.
How gay they are.
Yeah.
Ignorant.
Gay.
The only difference is that they gave it a different name on the federal end and added crossing state lines, traveling interstate commerce, i.e. crossing state lines. Now, you would think that when the feds picked it up, the state would drop it when they probably would have if it were any other state besides Warren County, Kentucky. I was told by one of the inmates that live here that the motto for Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is in Warren County, This place is come here on vacation, leave on probation, and come back on violation. Not exactly a reputation that a city would strive for when trying to attract tourism. Well, anyway, from what I've seen and heard since I've been here, is that the officials in this city strive for power and recognition any way they can possibly get it, good or bad. One of those ways is what landed me here at the Warren County Regional Jail.
Okay, let's unpack some of this a sec.
Yeah.
I think that. I mean, does he think this is actually like on the sign of the city? But welcome to Bowling Green. Come here on vacation.
I think he knows it's a joke.
Leave on probation and come back on violation.
I think he knows it's a joke, barely, but I do think he knows it.
I know, but like not exactly a reputation the city would want for attracting tourism. Actually, I think you would. Hey, the city. Hey, we arrest people who commit crimes here. It's a crime-free city. Come here. Like most tourists are not like, oh man.
It's not crime-free because they make you commit the crimes. He didn't want to even do it.
He wasn't even in Bowling Green when he committed the crime. What an idiot.
Warren County Regional Jail. For those of you that have never heard of the MSNBC Dateline show To Catch a Predator, they're a reality television show that attempts to catch online predators. That's the reason I'm in jail. The thing that irks the hell out of me is that some people on this show are made out to be something they're not. That's powerful.
Okay, so
powerful stuff.
So he basically put an X through this, and then he has on there save for possible use later in the book, fix for end of book. He basically says that on all these upcoming pages here of, save this for the end, for whatever reason. And I like how he says that attempts to catch online predators, they caught you.
Yeah, the attempts. He has to put them down any which way he can.
Well, I think or does he mean attempts as in, well, they're trying to catch predators, but they got me, and I'm not a predator.
Until the end, because he doesn't know where to go after that.
Right.
What's he going to say after that?
And nobody would read the book if it started like this. Because, you're one of the people that was on To Catch a Predator. Okay, you're
okay,
a child. You're a chomo. No, thanks.
I mean, people might find that. I mean, it certainly would be more of a teaser, more interesting than what he's been telling us so far. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, my God.
And then they put their fingers up their ass and smelled it.
Okay, go ahead.
The good thing about America is the freedom of speech. The bad thing about America is that the decision of guilty or not guilty can be bought by what the media decides should be seen by the public and what should not be seen by the public. Now, unfortunately, the media strives to bring out the worst in people because that's what sells. They think that people want to hear disgusting things, regardless of if it's the truth or lie, and regardless of how circumstances come about.
Okay. Wait. Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Good thing about America is freedom of speech. So I don't understand why you put this in here unless he's trying to say his chat log is freedom of speech. This is, luring a minor is protected speech. The bad thing about America is the decision of guilty or not guilty can be bought. by what the media decides should be seen by the public and what should not be seen by the public. Lorne, you got off extremely well on their airing of the show. Obviously, nobody wants to be on there, but your chat log. If they show more, the more they show of you, the worse it gets. We watched the unedited footage. There was nothing in there that was good.
I mean, all of that was his own behavior. Once he was, it's not like
it's just so he's thinking this is
I think he's upset. I think he's upset that even those little bits of the chat log that had come out by this time were even released.
Yeah, of course he's embarrassed, and he's most upset that he didn't get to, what?
He didn't even get to do it.
Exactly. The whole thing is just a lose-lose for him.
Like the other guys in here, they got to have sex with a kid. I didn't.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Well, these big guys got to do it.
The way I was raised was to be honest and tell the truth.
Really?
Well, sometimes.
Lorne.
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
Well, sometimes.
He believes that, though, I think.
The truth may hurt, but at least it won't come back to bite you in the keister later. Something MSNBC datelines To Catch a Predator and its host, Chris Hansen, and their affiliates, Perverted Justice, should have thought about when they started doing this show. Their way of thinking is that they can do and put anything they want on television, and America will believe anything they say. They never expected someone would write a book telling about their disgusting tactics they use just to get people on the show, so their ratings will go up, so they can make a dishonest dollar from the American citizens.
Yeah, they did not expect that, you're going to try and trap Lorne, but Lorne's going to expose you. He's going to write a book.
Yeah, because he knows how the media works.
This is an incredible book. I mean, you and Suma have been putting this book down, but this is powerful stuff. I haven't slept in days because I just meditate on this book. Something else that American citizens don't realize is the amount of tax dollars this show causes the federal government to use on arresting, incarceration, food, extra paperwork, court costs, public defenders, probation, parole, transportation, clothing, classes, and electricity. And that's only a few things that I can think of off the top of my head. I wrote the figures down that they figured it was costing for just me alone to keep incarcerated compared to other forms of punishment.
All right, 1 sec. He never mentions what those costs are.
No.
Why bring it up? Okay, well, how much is it costing, Lorne? If your point is you can't believe how much this is costing, okay, well, how much does it cost? Don't tell us. Won't tell us. And I thought they were making money by having you in there, Lorne.
He doesn't know. How would he know?
In other forms of punishment, yeah, it'd probably be much cheaper just to put you down. Can we do that? Can we do that instead?
Why does he have to be in a no-kill shelter?
1 second. Chicken shite, $2. Thank you. I would take Goat D over Lorne D.
Well, it'll be a lot straighter, I'll tell you that.
It's just his book makes no sense. You're arguing at how much they're getting money. Now you're saying it's super expensive. And I don't think anyone that reads this would object, being like, oh yeah, let's not keep the pedos in prison.
Yeah.
What's it about?
I mean, that's what people pay taxes for, to keep.
Yeah, I want my tax dollars to go to pedos going to prison. I am totally okay with that.
Fine with that.
polynomial purebred member for 4 months. Well worth the money. Yes, it's only $1 a month, everyone,
And well worth it.
and well worth it.
Like and subscribe.
Now,
Like and subscribe.
Now, before this, I have always kept a clean record, with the exception of a DUI that I received 2 years before this. The legal limit was 0.08, and my blood level was 0.09878. I was barely over the legal limit. And
Just a few
the
sips.
drug I had been using was Bud Light beer, a very legal drug. It's sad to think that I have always believed in the American justice system until now. I agree very much with the purpose of the show when they're out to catch actual predators. Unfortunately, they've proved that their intentions are out to catch anyone they can so they can make a show.
Why doesn't he come up with a way to catch actual predators then?
Well,
They did catch an actual predator. That's the problem.
And
Right. But I mean, since he doesn't think they did, how should they go about that?
It's funny because later, when he's talking to Casey, he will talk about how he wants to raise money to restart To Catch a Predator.
To catch a predator, yep.
Yeah, because that's all he's got.
But it's out of jealousy because he doesn't like the way that the other guys were talking to her.
And he also sends that weird phone. He has that weird phone call with Casey. It was like one of the last videos Blue Boy dropped.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It
Odd. It was an odd call.
was like New Year's Eve. It was right around Christmas or something. But okay, Lorne, you rail against this DUI for years after this. You say I was only a few sips over, which was, and you said you stopped drinking 12 hours before that because you didn't want your brother. So you always believed in the American justice system until now. Well, then you believe this was a valid conviction, right? Obviously, you're lying because you say this shouldn't have happened either.
He believes in it, but not for himself. He doesn't.
Right.
See
He's
himself
not a predator. He just has
Or
to
a drunk
register as a sex offender. He's not a sex offender.
No.
Yeah, and he's stupid. He thinks almost a 0.02 difference is a few sips.
Oh, so how does he know? He literally knows nothing.
Well, it's just a way to downplay his conviction. He's like, I was almost. It wouldn't have been legal, Lorne, because you got in a wreck. You drove
Right. Into a house.
Like he pulled you over cold. Like, let's see if this guy's,
Even if he was 0.07, they would have said, well, he had an accident and he was under the influence. He would have gotten a DUI anyway. You can get a DUI not being above the legal limit. If you cause an accident, which you did, Lorne, you're still going to get the DUI. It's under the influence, and they said he was walking around slurring. You would have been arrested, Lorne. Anyway.
Let me explain more of what I mean about that. I moved from the Northeast to Tennessee to make a new start and to try to make it in country music. I had gone through some things in my home state that made me want to go where I didn't know anyone and just start over fresh.
Some things.
Obviously, the things that I had gone through was nothing illegal.
Yes, it was. He stole $30,000.
Oh, so just the fact that he says it like that, right there.
Yeah, it wasn't illegal. Why?
Obviously.
Except
the
I
things that I had
robbed an
gone
old
through were
couple
nothing
and
illegal.
caused
I just wanted to go live elsewhere.
He could have cut this entire thing out. He could have just said, I wanted to go to Tennessee to try making country music. They don't know you can't sing when they're...
Anyway, who cares?
It was all personal things. I had decided to do something that nobody in their right mind would ever do. I sold my house that I had for over $50,000 into for $8,000 back to the people I was buying it from and moved to Tennessee. I had gotten myself set up with a good job and an apartment and had been there for 7 weeks.
They look and sound exactly like the Beatles.
Well, obviously, I still hadn't gotten my mind straight from the things I had gone through in my home state and still couldn't think quite straight. However, I was talking in a chat room one day and came across a 13-year-old girl. I told her to never give her address, phone number, real name, or the school she went to.
Oh, 1 second here, because I think I edited this after I sent you the copy.
Oh,
So these words were like whited out. So he said, I never told her to give me. He removed that word, her, and then home address.
so it's her fault.
Yeah.
Because I told her never to give it to me. So it's her fault that she gave it to me.
Right.
Asshole.
I was trying.
Is it by intention again? I was trying to protect her from the sick people on the internet.
All right, stop here. Wait, we got some things that decided to do something that nobody in their right mind would ever do, like steal $30,000, talk to a minor online for a month for 400 pages.
Moved to Nashville with zero talent.
Versus if you're being pursued for the money you've stolen, most criminals in their right mind flee, which is exactly what you did, Lorne. The other thing so he had only been in Maine for at most 2 years at this point, right? Before he moved down, because he came back to Washington, right?
Yep.
From Washington. $50,000 would be $2,000 a month for 2 years. There's no way he was paying $2,000 into this property for this piece of shit that he was, and then for $8,000, that's probably all he had given. I don't know.
Jack, I don't. 50K. Where does he live, in a yurt?
So he's obviously talking about improvements that he would have done on it, which is a lie.
Well, we've seen his improvements.
Yeah. There maybe was $50,000, and then they're like, well, we need to spend $42,000 repairing this place, so we'll give you $8,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
and
for
then
the land.
he even says comes across a 13-year-old girl. He doesn't say came across a girl. He says like, it was a 13-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah, I started talking to this 13-year-old.
And then immediately I launched into what only I don't know is grooming behavior.
Yeah. And it showed her my dick.
Shows his penis.
And eventually showed her my dick.
One of the pieces of evidence that he submits as well is the page that Sherry Twist kept the notes on. At the bottom it says something like confirmed job and everything, but like keeps his camera on all the time. His camera is always on. Always.
Lest we be disappointed that we can't see it.
All right, good.
These people from Perverted Justice were really the people I was talking to, but I didn't know it at the time. I had no intention of ever being anything to this girl except for someone who warned her about the dangers of the internet and then to leave her alone. You showed your dick in less than 2 hours.
1,000,000 times.
Less than 2 hours. 2 hours. That means this stream has been over 2 hours. In less time of this stream, it would be like me turning on my camera and showing the world my dick. All right? That's what that would mean.
Mm-hmm.
If the world was filled with 13-year-old girls.
Just imagine the lunacy.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane if it's two consenting adults. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're in some kind of fetish or whatever.
Right.
Right. Yeah. But this wasn't consenting adults. It was a little 13-year-old girl.
But he didn't know it wasn't a 13-year-old girl.
Right. You make a valid point.
Why include this, Lorne? I didn't know it wasn't a 13-year-old girl. Of course, I would have never shown my dick.
Clear, Keep
I
that
would just
clear.
never show my dick to an undercover
He's
operation.
confused. He does not. Still does not understand. Like that's what he's mad. Like he's pissed because he didn't know. Like he was being fooled into thinking it was a 13-year-old
They tricked him.
girl.
They tricked
They
him.
tricked me. I thought I was getting a 13-year-old.
Right. I didn't know that. So like the whole thing is that's what's perverted about it.
I didn't know it was a bait car. I didn't know it was a bait car when I tried to steal it. I thought it was a regular car.
Right.
Perverted justice kept me talking. No, they didn't. And found that I was vulnerable because, no, they didn't. Because of things I had been going through. So they played on that and got me to talk sexual to the girl.
Oh, really?
And talked me into coming to Bowling Green, Kentucky, to her house after I had told them no. You never did. Several different times. Perverted justice had used guilt trips and anything else they could get me to finally come to this house in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They even sent me 11 or 12 pictures that weren't even of the same girl. I couldn't see it at the time, even though it was very plain to see that
what
the
fuck does
pictures
it matter?
were of different girls. Well, they lied. It's like if I am buying a car and I want to buy, I don't know, a Honda Accord, and I'm looking online and it's a Honda Accord, and I show up and it's actually, like a Honda Fit or something,
Right.
I'm going to be pissed off. He saw the little girl. He wanted that little girl. That's the one he groomed for.
It's more like if you stole a car that you thought was a certain kind of car.
I think he's including this for a different point, I believe. What he's saying is, obviously, I was so messed up at the time, I couldn't even see they were different. I'm such an idiot.
So now he was messed up?
Yeah, like, look, anybody normal wouldn't have sold their $50,000 house for $8,000. Anybody normal would have seen that this was a different girl, but I was so messed up in the head at the time.
Why was he so messed up in the head?
Because of things his family did.
Well,
but nothing illegal.
Meatballs.
Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs, yeah, meatballs.
Yeah.
And, so, it just wasn't in his right mind. Can't believe we ever did it. I'm right round at the time.
Wasn't 13.
So, yeah, I am so stupid. I couldn't tell they were sending me pictures of a different girl. But it didn't matter to me because I heard her on the phone. Say that, Lorne. Be like, well, I knew she was a little girl because I talked to her on the phone. She sounded so sweet. Good.
The only thing that I was able to see was that someone was giving me attention that had to do with me. It could have been an 80-year-old lady, and I would have reacted the same way.
Yeah, right.
As sad as that may sound, it's even more sad to know that I was that far out of it. I've always wondered how it could be that a person could get so far gone in the head that it would make him do something stupid. Now that I've been there, I can see how it's possible.
What?
It could have been an 80-year-old lady, but it couldn't have been a male.
Well, no, he's not gay.
Of any age, because it was obviously this was a
Well,
He
he's
would
not
not have
gay,
talked to an 80-year-old man. I mean, obviously, I know you
He
know
would have
that, but
you know what I mean? Like, he could have said it could have been anyone. It could have been a 50-year-old man, whatever. Like,
that's what I'm talking about earlier when he says they're not looking at me for my wallet and giving me attention. Right? That little attention that Kayla was doing in the chat log was something he had never experienced. Meaning women, he's just so boring and weird that people cannot stand talking to him.
But he had to try a child, and he was fine with that.
You need a captive audience.
Yeah. Robin said, no 80-year-old will put up with your nonsense, Lorne.
Another guy that got caught up in the same thing was going through marital problems and was separated because his wife had cheated on him after 6 months of being married. He had told perverted justice no several times too, but they kept on him until he gave in.
So this is Michael Patterson,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I looked at his chat log because I have it, right? I looked for the word no, and literally the only time he says it is she goes, because he's like, yeah, I'll come, we'll go hang out, and then he's like, well, I have to go to bed, or you can come over here.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't know, and then she goes, you're just messing with me, aren't you? And he goes, no. Like, oh, you're just kidding around. You don't want to hang out with me. He's like, no, I'm not.
I'm
Not messing around. I'm not kidding. I'm being serious. That's the only time he says no. To imply his serious intentions. Okay.
Chris Hansen says that they simply afford people the opportunity. That's nothing but a load of cow manure coming from a mouth that gets paid to lie. What they do is they find people that are vulnerable and talk them into committing a crime so that they can make a television show and bring in a paycheck. I have received 60 months from the feds for a sentence at 85% and 7 years from the state of Kentucky for a sentence at 20%. I now have to register as a sex offender for life with the feds and be on supervised release for at least 2 years. He's still on supervised release. 2 years after my 60 months of incarceration. And for the state, I have to register as a sex offender for 20 years after my release and be on probation for 5 years.
Something that's interesting here is I was confused. I was like, wait, 2 years? How is he still on probation? He's wrong. In the paperwork, it says lifetime probation. Lifetime monitoring. It does not say 2 years after the 60 months. It says lifetime RSO, lifetime monitoring, probation. Like, it says it right in the paperwork. Like, I think he's just getting, his brain is,
he just
rotting.
Isn't there.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, thank God I don't understand how his mind works.
As far as me getting 60 months for a sentence
somebody just said, I think the class is 2 years. That's probably what I got confused with. Yep.
Well, it was supposed to be 2 years, but
treatment for 2 years. Right.
You're still getting it.
You're still getting it. You didn't pass that for 10 years. Okay, good.
Yeah, as far as me getting 60 months for a sentence from the feds, that's nothing but a crock of crap, too. I should have gotten a sentence of 46 months because it was at the low end of my guideline range. 57 months was the high end. I
didn't know what this first number is. So it definitely says 7 is the second number is what it looks like. But it looked like 57 was like it wouldn't make sense for him this to be 77 and him complain about 60 because then he got in the middle, right? So it has to be a number lower than 60.
He can't just fucking count his blessings and shut the fuck up.
What's funny though is he ended up serving. He gets out on November 11th of 2012 or November 6th, 2012. So he got, let's see here. That what ended up being how many years? How long is that? That is 1,846 days divided by 365. He was in jail for over 5 years.
He'd have it no other way.
He didn't even get the 85%. Now, I don't know if that's because he violated stuff. He didn't get good time, right? Because he's going to the hole for writing letters to the prison guards.
Right. Love letters.
Yeah. I know there's something between us that we could never share.
Of all the men in that prison, that's who she's interested in, that twisted up goblin.
Well, because she talks to him. Therefore, she's interested. She's not running away from him. And he he's telling stupid jokes and she's not, saying get away from me.
Well, we don't
she
know.
didn't-
She could have just been saying, get your feet off the chair.
Well, the other thing is she didn't quit her job like all the bartenders would.
Right. And a lot of the guards did, no doubt. They became bartenders.
They're always changing their jobs. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, extra.
I had a digital camera in the glove box of my truck that also had the disc to go with it to download the camera hardware on computers, and the cord that plugged in from the camera to the computer for when you were transferring from the camera to the computer. The reason the camera was in my truck was because I had tried to pawn it a few days before. I just never took it out of my truck when I returned from the pawn shop, rejecting pawning it. The reason they wouldn't take it on pawn for me is because the cover that holds the batteries in place was broke. The prosecutors for the feds came up with an offer of 60 months and told me that if I didn't plead guilty and accept their plea offer, then they were going to go after me for attempted production of child pornography, which holds a 15-year sentence if I lost. Just the thought of the prosecution's accusation made me sick to my stomach.
Shut the fuck up, Lorne. Sorry, I didn't hit the right button. Shut the Lorne. He always has to. Anytime he talks about the CP, he's always like, "It made me so sick to my stomach." When they sent me that picture of child pornography, I was so sick to my stomach. Lorne, you were not sick. You were giddy. You were giddy. You were so happy to be getting it.
I wish I had a naked picture of you. Would you take one for me?
No.
Can I take one of my penis in your vagina?
Lorne, I don't know. I think this bothers him more because it's unlike the chat log where he can explain it away as like, oh, it was romantic feel, like I was in love, right? I thought I had a connection. We're soulmates, right? Well, if you want to take pictures of kids, though, that's for love? No, you're a pedophile. You can't deny it at that point, right? I think that's why he goes so hard against it. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I think he also, I was going to say he probably heard a lot of that in his sex offender class, but at that point, he wasn't even in his classes yet.
No.
So, which holds a 15-year sentence. Sick to my stomach. It really depressed me to think that this was the way the justice system worked in the United States. I told my federal appointed defenders investigator that the pawn shop I was in to pawn the camera had video cameras, and that could prove that I was in the pawn shop with the camera. The guy just shrugged it off without trying. I figured with the defense team like that, I would be safer to plead guilty and take the 60-month offer rather than take my chances at losing 15 years of my life because of the poor defender I had and the disgusting accusation from the prosecution.
So he's obviously smarter than Sarah because he took the. I mean, you're muted, Suna, but
Everyone's smarter than Sarah.
I mean, he at least can do the math, being like, 5 years is better than 15 at least, versus.
He doesn't have the vindictive quality. He's somewhat vindictive, but he's not a sadist, and he doesn't have to prove that he's right. She's.
Well, he's selfish, right? He knows.
Yeah.
That's the reason he took it. There's no way he wasn't going to take the plea. This is all just posturing for the book of saying like, well, that's the only. I'm not really guilty, even though I pled guilty, right? But I'm not really guilty, and the only reason I did it is because they were threatening me. And the other thing he fails to realize is that, they said they were going to add this charge if you didn't take the plea. There's no reason once you were taking the plea to investigate the crime you weren't being charged with. Like, it doesn't matter at that point, Lorne. And you know you were going to be convicted on the first one. In the sentencing guidelines said it was 63 to 78 months if you were convicted on that alone. That's why you took the plea. Such an idiot. Such an idiot. Like, you got the sweetheart deal. I mean, this is the anger we would feel if Sarah had taken that deal. I'd be so mad, right? But the fact that Lorne got the deal. I mean, he should have just thrown the book at him. It would have been the easiest trial to win ever. Anyway, but he's going to take responsibility here.
He will. I am in no means rejecting responsibility on my part. I allowed myself to be talked into attempting to do this disgusting crime that should actually be considered entrapment.
That is not taking responsibility, Lorne.
No,
that's
somebody
the exact
talked.
opposite.
Oh,
There is so much deflection in the sentence. I was talked into it, this disgusting crime that I didn't want to do, and it was entrapment. I'm accepting. I'm not rejecting my responsibility. I'm acknowledging that I was entrapped and talked into this crime. What an idiot.
What I'm saying is that if MSNBC Dateline is going to do such a show as this, then they and their affiliates, perverted justice, need to be sure they're capturing actual predators, not taking advantage of someone's mental or emotional state of mind and talking them into doing something they wouldn't normally do simply to help their ratings for a television show and to help put money in their pockets. If someone is an actual predator, they will be out there looking for it.
Which is what you did, Lorne.
You showed your dick within 2 hours.
You were messaging every single girl on the internet because you talked to 3 different decoys. You were out there looking for it, Lorne.
They won't have to be talked into doing this crime.
And neither were you.
What's even worse is that the United States government would allow a major television network to do such a thing and not have rules and regulations set up for such a thing. I like seeing justice done too, but I like seeing honest justice, not paycheck and ratings justice.
So that we're going to break there because there's a 3-year jump after this in the book continuum. And so the next episode, we're going to look at the legal filings he does because he does a ton of legal filings, including his lawsuit against MSNBC before 2011. So that'll be on the next episode. But I don't know. What do you guys? What'd you think about Jailed? Was it as everything you
amazing
wished it could be?
Well, this is the second or third time I've read it, but every time it just emotionally, I feel so bad for Lorne. I mean, he's such a good man, and he didn't want to do that. And you know what? He took responsibility. Yeah. He said, I was entrapped.
Yeah, I allowed myself to be talked into it.
And he really wrote a raw...
It was hard hitting. I mean,
just a study of what being incarcerated is like, you know?
Yeah.
It's the literary equivalent of like Oz, right? So
yes, it is. Oz, I mean, I don't know what had more gay stuff in it. Honest justice.
Was trying to be an actor, but it didn't work out for him. He was in a movie called The Boys of Cell Block Q.
Okay.
And that was better than Lorne's book.
Well, everything's better. Yeah, this is just like Shawshank. I mean, I'm actually, I'm not even interested in Shawshank. Could be as good as this. Come on, Stephen King.
Nothing could be as good as this.
Get your shit together, Lorne. All right, Stephen King.
Lorne?
Not Lorne.
Lorne's shit is so together to make your head spin.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, thank you all. I think maybe we'll be going live maybe Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Are you available on either of those days?
I think I am. And if I go live, I got it together now where I can invite you so that you don't get
Oh, well, I'm busy.
people.
Oh.
Actually, no, I think it has to be Sunday because
You anyway.
you're not available Saturday, right? Extra. Well,
I'm
Exterior
not available the next 2
is
days.
not
Yeah.
available. I don't know.
okay. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thanks.
Delete your archives.
Delete
Go ahead.
your
You can say
archive.
your byes.
Rose. Smiley face.
Hard eyes.
Hard eyes.
Hard eyes, kissy face, big hug, kissy finger, and
Your finger.
remember to be good guys and good.
Good guys and good gals.
All right, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye, guy.